through, come through, come through. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. What zodiac signs we got in here tonight? Hey, shout out to the Leos coming through. Brian, what's up? What's up? I fuck with Leos heavy. Nipsey Hussle was my favorite rapper. Was a Leo. Oh shit, 2 Leos back to back. Hey, my boy Jeffrey coming through. Gemini. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna just do every single last zodiac. Since it's like more Leos in here, I should definitely probably start with the Leos. And definitely spark one up. We're gonna be here for a minute, so I fucking forgot something. Can't think of what I forgot. Taurus, Mr. Motivator, hey, come through. My daughter is a Taurus. Alright, so should we just should I start with the people who the most signs that's in here right now, which is Leo? Or should I just go in order from different Aries? Aries is the first zodiac sign to Pisces. Both in October. I got 7. And 2 of them in October. So y'all saying I should just start from the beginning? Partner Danny Scorpio, November 13th. That's my little brother's birthday, November 13th. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button though. Yeah. Wait, what to the 7 kids or my brother's birthday on the 13th of November. I fuck with Capricorns heavy. I got a lot of Capricorn in my birth chart, so. Alright, so we just go start from Aries, but I ain't see no Aries in here, so I know they'd probably be disappointed if I didn't did they reading on they shit and they wasn't even here. Nathaniel Johnson coming through the Aquarius. What the hell is sun sign, the moon sign, all of that? All right, so your sun sign. Hold on. Yep. Your sun sign, that's the sign that everybody knows, like your birth sign. So I'm a Pisces born March 14th. So my sun sign, that's what everybody know me as. The moon sign, that's how I am internally. So my moon sign is Libra, and my rising sign, that's how everybody see me as. When I present myself, when I go out, people would think I'm an Aries, but overall, my sun sign is Pisces. So you got more than just those three signs. But the only way to truly know those is you look at your birth chart. So if you don't know your birth chart, you'll probably only know your sun sign. So that's just a short draft of what those 3 signs mean, but you got 12, probably more than 12 overall signs. You got sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mercury, North Node, shit, it's a bunch of signs. So, but we just gonna focus on the sun sign, unless you know your other signs. So the other cards may resonate for you as well. If you are Taurus, your big 3 is all Taurus. Hey, I ain't never met nobody who had all 3 of the same signs. So, but we're gonna start with Aries. And like I said, these cards, if you're not even an Aries, but the card resonates with you, it's probably because you got that sign in your birth chart. So you may resonate with all of them. Shit, I know I probably do. I do it sometimes because I'm a Pisces. Pisces are all the signs together. So it's the last sign. Didn't know all of that. Once we learn. If you know your time of birth, that's important. But if you don't, that's cool too. But just go to Google and type in astrology birth charts, and it'll lead you right where you need to go. Shout out Mob Nasty coming through. What's your sign, Mob Nasty? I'm trying to get like at least one Aries in here before I start, so I wouldn't feel like they being left out. Shout out to Curtis coming through. Let me know them Zodiac signs when y'all come through so I can know who's who I'm reading for. Right now we got more Leos in here. Uh, I ain't seen no Pisces in here yet. I seen 2 Capricorns, and you the second one, Curtis. So shout out to bro from the boot smoking him. Hey, shout out Libra gang. All right, but fuck it, we just go. I mean, I guess since I ain't seen no. Bad John. Since we ain't seen no fucking Aries, I'll start at Taurus. And if fucking like Aries pop in, then we'll just do that last. Definitely give it a like, hit that like button. Only take less than a second or two. All right, so fuck it. Since Taurus is out right after Aries, we're gonna start with Taurus. And whoever is a fucking Aries come through later, then we just knock them out, get them out the way. So message. I can drop my glasses and shit. Do you answer questions one-on-one? Yeah, I do. I answer questions too. Technically speaking. Yeah, that's just like the Aries I know. I don't really know. You gotta know Aries in my everyday. Well, my children, I got 3 Aries. That's children, my kids. So I got 3 Libras, 3 Aries, and 1 Taurus. So exactly. So that's my, like I said, my sun sign is Pisces, my moon is Libra, and my rising sign is an Aries. So all my children like got my type of qualities, or I got their qualities, whatever you want to call it. But what message do we have for Taurus? Oh, that card right there popped out. It says jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. How do we do one-on-one? So usually I just my one-on-ones are on like Facebook and shit, like people who know me on Facebook, or like you can get a hold to me on Instagram or my email, but my email ain't on here right now. So I said say yes. So yeah, we gonna I'm just gonna read this card off in the book. So obviously saying yes to change, that means you need to be saying yes to something different, especially an adventure that's coming in your life. So hold on. It says Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that Andromedan star seeds are a group of beings who love their freedom, very adaptable. They have a strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with the tides. This card here is to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Take a deep breath and a good old run up and jump right on in. Life bends for the courageous, and courageous is what you're being called to be. You're already facing the right direction. The only thing left to do is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go along. These things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on Earth rarely is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail with glory, and once you know that, you can navigate any sea, ocean, or storm. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with surfing the waves of life, to seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability, and to find a way to be the calm in the chaos. You didn't come to Earth to be passive. You came to Earth to truly live. Now take a good run up and leap. So, Taurus, that message is all about taking a leap of faith, all about like not just taking a leap of faith, but stepping out on faith. Even when your intuition, I mean, even when it doesn't seem like you don't know what your next move is, even if it may seem scary, even if it may seem fear, doubt may pop up, still take that leap of faith to the new opportunities that's on its way. A lot of times we get used so caught up in being content to where we at that like we miss out on opportunities for the fear of like just failing and losing what we already got now. But as you can see, Taurus, you're being called to take a leap of faith into something new. My bad. I'm really still trying to get over this cold that I got. So it says, how can you be more adventurous? How are you being called to jump right on and leap? So, Mr. Motivator, I already know, like, we had talked about, like, you being on YouTube. Like, that could be, like, taking a leap of faith and just fucking getting on live every day. Like, just doing something out of the ordinary, or any other Taurus that's in here. It's time to do something new. So, I don't know if y'all resonated with that message, but that was definitely for Taurus. Employees that she's about to have some potential, not just selling themselves. It's a lot of people out here that's literally selling their lives short off the strip, like of paychecks, just paying the bills, trying to just have a place to stay and clothes on their back. So a lot of times I've seen many people just settle for less and not really try to reach their fullest potential. And like, I've never truly been one of them type of people like that's been comfortable in my situation. Like shit, I will always like in my worst times, I'll just be so stressed and so mad. Like, man, I know there's more for me. I know I could be doing more. But like I said, I used to be holding myself back by like just being afraid to fail, not knowing I was failing by not trying. I was failing by not taking a leap of faith, believing in myself. Like so, Taurus, don't second guess yourself. There is opportunities coming, and make sure you take that opportunity, man. I feel that paycheck to paycheck, I'll be mad. Come on, I'm telling you, I used to be paycheck to paycheck, and I used to every 2 weeks. So that shit don't even make no sense. I gotta go to work for 2 weeks straight before I get paid again. Like so, most of the time, like it wouldn't last. Like I was probably trying to scrape up change for like the last few days, and then like shit, going to church every Sunday, that offering plate is coming around all the time. Like so, every Sunday, all Bible study. So the fact that I was living paycheck to paycheck, getting 2 checks out the month, like I was really struggling. So I'm like, man, this shit. I got kids. Like this shit ain't. This for the birds. Do you do any other? Yeah, I do all type of readings. I'm just doing this Zodiac one right now. So, like I said, if you could get a hold of me on like Facebook, Instagram, and just DM me, like I'll see that DM. I was living under a bridge in downtown. I bet you in a better position now, like so. And that's what it's all about. Like shit, you got a story to tell like that. Like I've been that was been popping up a lot on my readings today. Like somebody was homeless, so it may not be now, but that's could have been something like they went through. But hey, you saying life is good? Hey, I feel you. I believe you, because it was like shit. I wouldn't say 3 years ago, but fucking in 2013, I was homeless. Like I wasn't living outside or nothing, but I was basically like couch surfing and shit. So like I said, I was just knowing like my own potential. I'm like, man, what the fuck? This shit for the birds. Like I was working at Taco Bell making $7.50 an hour after I got out the military. That wasn't covering shit. Like literally, that was not covering the rent. My lights was off. Like shit, didn't have no fucking food in the refrigerator. Had kids, and I'm like, man, this, I gotta do something about it. So definitely came through it. Like got through it. Shit, now it's a story. Like that's what I went through it for. Like to tell somebody else who went through what I went through. Like to let them know, hey, this ain't the end. You can make it. You gonna make it. So all you really gotta do is just take that leap of faith and believe in yourself. So. What else zodiac signs we got in here? That we just did that. That was for Taurus. Gemini's next, right? I'm mad. Like I be fucking. I hate when I get a cold. Like hate it. Okay. My Instagram is positive minds only, but it's an underscore between each word. So between positive and minds, between yeah, positive and minds and only, there's a underscore. So. Or you can just add me on Facebook. My name Kenneth L on there, so that'll be way more easier. How do you have that leap of faith? By you know how your intuition like points you or try to guide you somewhere, your gut guides you somewhere. Like that's basically like if you follow that without no logic, without you know how fuck what's a good example of like shit my oh yeah, when I wanted to move to Vegas, right? It was just a goal. It was just the idea. So when I first said L, that's it. So before I moved to Vegas, like there was doubt that was creeping in my mind at first too. Like you may fail, you may not, like shit may not go as planned. But when I said fuck all of that, if my heart and my mind is like intuition is guiding me to move to Vegas, move out of the town I was in, like I need to take that leap of faith, like knowing everything is gonna work in my favor because that I know I'm being led there. Like so me, if I was to second guess myself or if I wasn't to listen to my intuition and my gut, I probably would have been still back home. But I took that chance and like I was way more successful like once I moved. So Jeffrey in here, like he know me from Gary, Indiana, but I wasn't always like. I mean, I can't say I wasn't always like this, but I didn't have this much knowledge. I wasn't this tapped in. Hey, definitely share it, Curtis. I'm from Gary, Indiana, so shit. That's just 2.5 hours away, if that. Oh yeah, I did bring some motherfucking cough drops. Cause my throat fucking bothering the fuck out of me. True joy comes from within. That's true. All of it comes from within. Your own happiness, love, all that shit comes from within. Get on that vitamin C. I probably do definitely need to get on some vitamin C. I be slacking on my vitamins and shit. I fuck with Denver heavy. Like I'm a weed person, so like I love going to Denver and fucking with their weed and their prices. But I'm about to pull a card for Gemini next. We got any Geminis in here still in here? Hey, I fuck with my sister-in-law probably live like right outside of Long Beach. She live in San Pedro, so I drove through Long Beach before, but I ain't never stopped in nothing. What message do we have for Gemini? Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. I probably still go. Like shit, I love Cali, so I just didn't have no reason to go to Long Beach. I ain't know nobody there. What message do we got for Gemini? I got my first tat in San Pedro when I was 17. Hey, that's crazy. I fuck with San Pedro. San Pedro kind of remind me of like East Chicago back home, honestly. I'll be going to LA a lot too, like since it's only like a 4-hour drive from Vegas. So, so for Gemini, And like I said, you may not even be a Gemini, but this card could resonate with you off the simple fact you may have Gemini in your birth chart. So this card says, I'm sorry. Crazy place. It is crazy. Defenseless, riding past wrongs, uprooting. So I don't know who this card gonna resonate with, but I'm pretty sure it will. It says, we're living in divisive times. When we are hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we are intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we are experiencing the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. So, Gemini, I feel like, oh, I know I'm talking to a starseed, somebody in here that's a starseed whose soul and spirit doesn't originate from Earth. That's why you probably feel like you don't fit in, you don't belong, but you're being called to like let down your defenses. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. So you're being called to like heal kind of like generational curses, even like some shit your ancestors did that ain't technically on you, but it, like that curse do fall upon you. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation. Hold on, y'all. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the pattern that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to cause you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. So, somebody that's a Gemini is being called to heal their ancestral roots. It was like if you're white, right? You're a person that's white in here, and your ancestors had something to do with slavery. You're being called to like honestly heal that what your ancestors did. Is basically you gotta let go of it, forgive them, and not just forgive them, but like shit, yeah, you gotta change that narrative so like the next generations after you don't like repeat those same fucking cycles, because history do repeat itself. So I don't know who resonated with the I'm sorry card, but that was for Gemini. Fuck. I ain't seen no cancers in here either. Put Cancer up next. Pop this fucking goddamn cough drop. Alright. What message do we have for cancers? For Cancer. I know my wife is a Cancer, so. Leo come after Cancer, right? So after this card is gonna be for Leo. There's more Leos in here too, so. Like I said, Nipsey Hussle, which is my favorite rapper, is a Leo. I hate when I fucking do that shit, drop a fucking card. Damn, I thought my hands were skinny and shit. Dang. Cancer wanna be fucking rude, right? Hold on, guys. She was actually doing all that shit. Alright, that's better. Alright, this one says, this is for Cancer. It says Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So, somebody. It says, Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but things we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them. As we make our way through the spiral of life, life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet for polarity help us with the understanding each year the study deepens more and more. So I gotta read that again. It says life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Like, so for me, on my journey, I fell a lot for the simple fact I'm always like experiencing something new. Like, I'm always evolving and elevating to a new level, so I don't always get it right because I don't know what I'm dealing with. Most of the time, I don't even realize it's a test until I feel like I'm repeating something. I'm repeating some sort of a cycle. So you Cancer, you have to understand, like, Earth is a school, and like everything you go through, those are lessons that you're like, God is sending you, the universe is sending you. So if you feel like you're repeating cycles within a relationship, a job, friendships, like, it's because you haven't learned those lessons yet. So it says, if you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is more definitely growing, which is the whole point. So me, a lot of times I feel like, well, not anymore, but the negative things I do go through in life, I don't look at them as a negative situation. I look at it as a test. Like it's a time for me to evolve and elevate and grow. Like, so every time something bad happens, the next day or a couple days after, I'll see why it happened. Like, so I'll see the reason. So I can never truly say there's nothing good or bad happening. It's just all about the experience. So what are you learning from the experiences, whether you're going through some your lowest times or even in your highest times? It says pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning, such as university, school, or training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while we're here on Earth. So, how are you being called to grow or learn? So that was for Cancer. Like I said, I think my wife is the only Cancer here. My Irish ancestors were enslaved. Yeah, I know that. Like, I know that to be true because the Moors, they was enslaving hella people. The Moors came like from Africa, black people. Like, so they was going to Spain and shit, like European countries, and taking over that shit. Like, so they history repeats itself, right? That's why I'm like, it's karma. Like, when black people got enslaved by other white people, it was because of what happened. So that's why we all need to learn from our history and our past, so we won't repeat those same cycles. Spain was Islamic as little. Yeah. So Spain was definitely under rulership of the Moors a long, long time ago. So who we got next? Leo. Leo. That's what we had the most in here anyway. So Leo, if this card doesn't resonate with you, it's probably because it's something else, like another sign that'll resonate with you more than your own sign, because you're not just your sun sign. All right, so this is for Leo. What does Leo need to know right now? Two. Man, oh, three cards popped out for Leo. Goddamn. Probably because it had all those Leos, so y'all probably not all going through the same lessons. That's probably why that happened. The first one, Earth Schools, that one just popped out already, so we read that one. I ain't got to read that one again. Like, we literally just read that. So, knowing that Earth Schools can't popped out, I literally just said, if this one don't resonate with you, it's probably because another one resonated with you. And I just read, what, Cancer, which was Earth School, so you could be resonating with Cancer. One of these cards says double mission, light worker star seed, serve the world by being you. And the other one says a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. So I'm gonna read the double mission first, then I'm gonna read the other one. It says light worker star seeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually, individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. That's the collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as something's missing or they're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice as such as they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet such as a spiritual closet. So I had a big issue with dimming my light just growing up. I just never wanted the spotlight on me. But as I got older and like now now, I was realized I was always supposed to just shine my light. I was always supposed to speak up, and I didn't. So that I held myself back a lot off the strength of like I was trying to dim my light. I didn't feel like I fit in, so I didn't want everybody to see me because I didn't want to be judged by the world. So now I don't feel that way. It says if you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it. Even more fully, you're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. So this is for someone who connects with the light worker. I call what happened with the Irish. They got exploited with it. It's actually an Irish lady. It's cool swag in your mouth. I turned introvert and I don't know why or how to get out of it. Did you become more introverted like when you like kind of like woke up? I was always more introverted. Now I'm more like extra introverted because I still like being by myself, but I get on live every single day, so like this is not no introvert thing. So I'm getting out of that by like doing what makes me happy, and I love to speak. So like usually I was just doing it on my podcast, but it was just me. Like now I'm willing to do it on camera, on live. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. It says, how can you serve the world by being you? That was that first card for Leo. That was the double mission. Now we're about to read a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. It says, don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. You chose to be here, to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing, ushering a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember that you've been working toward for so long what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep, for if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. So whoever that card for, like, you probably was in the mode like felt like giving up, like whatever you've been working on for so long, you haven't seen uh, the fruits of your success. But it's on the way. It's coming. Just hold that vision. Like keep. You said, OMG, that was for you, Dan Poe. Like so. All right. If this card resonates with you, like, don't ignore it. Like, just hold that vision. Keep working on what you've been working on. I don't know how long you've been working on it, but I know for me, like, as far as the law of attraction, like once I learned that, I was hoping everything would come immediately as soon as I start visualizing it and asking for it, but it didn't work like that. So I just had to keep working on things for years before I seen some type of success. Just off the fact of YouTube, I've been making videos since 2017. I wasn't consistent, so my channel wasn't growing. I wasn't posting videos every day. I wasn't getting on live. But once I started doing that consistently, like my channel started just like shooting up. So I'm like, if I just gave up on trying to do YouTube, I would have never seen the success that I'm seeing now. So sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes days. But just if you know you're on the right path, well, I see you on the right path, but you're on the right path if you didn't know you was on the right path. If things haven't been like going in your favor lately, you can see a turnaround, a shift gonna be happening soon. So that was for Leo. Who after Leo? Virgo? Do I got any Virgos in the chat tonight? No problem, Dan. What message do we have for Virgo? It's the second time. Alright. For Virgo, it says jump in, a drama and energy. This is the same card that Gemini I got. So if he wasn't in here, I guess I can read it again. I feel like these cards keep popping out because like somebody really needs to hear something. Like something really. So with this, the second time jump in, been popping out. Like If you was in here before and you heard this card, it resonated with you, you probably need to hear it again. It says Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that Andromedan starseeds are a group of beings who love their freedom. Very adaptable, they have strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with the tides. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Take a deep breath and a good old run up and jump right on in. Life bends for the courageous, and courageous is what you're being called to be. You're already facing the right direction. The only thing left to do is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go along. Things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on Earth rarely is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail with glory, and once you know that, you can navigate any sea, ocean, or storm. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with surfing the waves of life, to seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability, and find a way to be the calm in the chaos. You didn't come to Earth to be passive, you came to Earth to truly live. Now take a good run and leap. So, yeah, like I said, that one had popped out before. Actually, yep, you're going to have to rewind for Cancer. Because you ain't got to go back too far, though, because I'm only on, Virgo. So, I just got done with Leo. And Cancer's right before Leo, so it's probably like not even 10 minutes that you just gotta go back for. But yeah, Virgo, you're being called to jump in, take a leap of faith. You're on the right direction, you're on the right path. But I don't do we got any Virgos in here? Probably not. So on to the next, Libra. That's my moon sign. I know it's a few Libras in here tonight, so this one is for y'all. What message does Libra have? Trying to get a Leo reading. Come back in 5 minutes. I just finished up the Leo, but I'm gonna still be here, bro. Like, so, like, after I do all the Zodiac signs, I'm gonna still pull a few cards for those that's in here. So, for Libra, it says, "Well in Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep." All right, so. It says the Whale and Orca elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonic call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being in an instant. You're changed forever. They see beyond the physical. The woundings, the identity, the personality, the story, they see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency. To bow to who you truly are. To stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all. To leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door. To question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. Like, so this card right now is saying, like, you're being called to step into your power. Like, get on fucking live. Start a podcast. Like, do something. Like, let your light shine. It's time, like, Libra, stop hiding who you are. Like, the Whale and Orca elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings. To drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. So, yeah, it's time for you to step into your power. Let your light shine. A lot of times people don't get on live because they feel like they have too many flaws. They feel like the followers or subscribers are going to pay attention to their flaws. Like, so for me, like, the reason I'm truly on here every single day on live, I seen this dude blow up basically within a year from just like being consistent every day. And I'm like, he said something very profound. He said, "You complaining about getting on camera when everybody, any celebrity, non-celebrity, they feel some type of way about how they look on camera. So fuck all that, just get on camera." And I'm like, "You're right." He said to me personally, but when he said that, I'm like, "Man, you fucking right." Because I'm like, "Man, I'm handsome. Like, shit, my flaws is my gap. Like, and I don't even see that as a flaw. Shit, how is it a flaw if I was born like this and I don't look like everybody else? That's not a flaw. Like, shit, that's what makes me stand out." So I started looking at my flaws as like just things that just made me different, and I embraced it. So Libra, embrace who you are and let your light shine. Start your own channel, get on live, start your own podcast, because the world needs to see you. The world needs to hear you. And you won't be able to do that by hiding yourself, staying in the closet. Not in the closet, but just staying hidden. So that was for Libra. Who's after Libra? Scorpio. We got any Scorpios in here tonight? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. I'm not about to read all those fucking cards. Read the one that flipped though. Alright, so this one is for you, Scorpio. It says Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down time and nature. It says a mysterious pulse is woven through all of life. The planet itself has a rhythm. You can see it in the seasons and the tides, in our world of artificial lighting. Long working hours and modern conveniences, it's easy for us to feel stuck and off kilter. It's time to reconnect with nature and surrender to the pulse of the earth. Earth pulsing is my favorite tool for surrendering to the rhythmic pulse of the mother of the entire universe. Download an earth pulsing meditation at they right motherfucking promoting shit. www.starseedoracle.me. Today, many of us are disconnected from the land beneath us. Somewhere along the way, a severing happened, a moment when it became too painful to stay connected. We feel unsupported and as if we don't belong. We look to other people in the external world to fill the void of the connection, holding and belonging once given to us by Earth. Well, hold on. These commas, they be putting commas in the wrong fucking spot, it seems like. It said, clutching, conquering, longing for others to receive us fully as the mother once did, forgetting that she's still here, waiting for us to remember and activate the part of us that longs to receive her embrace. When you consciously connect with the earth, a veil is lifted and she opens up and receives you more fully. You're able to drink from her sweet waters and release what no longer serves you. Stagnant energy falls away and you become connected to all things on the planet. You need to repeat after me, Scorpio. I surrender to the pulse of the mother. May my heart beat in unison with her. So what this card is saying, it's time for you to get grounded with Earth. If you know about your chakras, you need to align your root chakra. That's what keeps you grounded. That's what keeps the ego from getting too big. So yeah, Scorpio, it's time that you connect with Mother Earth. Try going out to a park, just meditate. You ain't gotta meditate in the grass or nothing, but just like try to go out into Mother Nature. Like try to just enjoy outside. That would do wonders for you. So we got Sagittarius next. What message do we have for Sagittarius? What message do we have for Sagittarius? Fuck, another card there. Says activated Earth. Power, places, ley lines, trust where you're led. This is for Sagittarius. Every time I say Sagittarius, the word Sagittarius want to come out. I don't know why the fuck that be happening. No disrespect to the Sagittarius out there. It says ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune in to them with our subtle senses, also known as spirit paths. They've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australia, Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made their land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across the great distances. Many believe that we visit such sacred points on Earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or to tend the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and the unknown, keepers or nature spirits of that land? As you connect with Earth and honor its keepers, the land opens more to fully to hold you. The fruits provide you more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. It says, repeat after me, Sagittarius. I honor and thank the keepers of Earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. So, you're being called to travel, and not just travel, but to the Stonehenge. That's one of the sacred places. Egypt with the pyramids, the Giza pyramids. That's a sacred place. The Mayans, that's the sacred place. It's multiple sacred places that you can visit. But if you can't, if you don't have access to like traveling outside the country, or if you're not close to one of those places, it's saying like you may need to make your own place sacred. Like you might need to start tending to your own land, and like, hey, you might need to start planting, like growing your own food. So that was for Sagittarius. Capricorn. In Capricorn, I know it's Capricorn's early. I don't know if y'all still in here though, but this one, Capricorns, y'all up next. What message do we have for Capricorns? Make sure y'all hit that like button if this resonates. What message do we got for Capricorns? cards popped out. All right, one says the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic wound, and the other says water your garden. So, all right, we're gonna start with the void for Capricorn. It says everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you. So just off the back of like just being in the void or the void, I feel like Capricorn, you're in the dark, you feel like you're in the darkness. And like there may be fear, doubt within you because you feel like you don't see the light, you don't see the end of the tunnel. But when you're in the darkness, that's when you're allowed to grow. Like a plant can't grow in the sun. Like when you plant the seed, you can't dig it back up and like just hopefully it can grow from there. No, it has to like grow within the darkness. Like so, and that's with everything. Honestly, you never seen a motherfucker grow in the daytime. Like I ain't never seen a human, like grow in front of my eyes. So obviously that shit happens while they sleep, right? So that's in the darkness. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but hey. Regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become, you're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest and to allow the winner of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. So right now, Capricorn, you ain't got to do nothing. Like, even though, like I said, it may feel like you're in a dark spot, dark space, like you're where you're supposed to be in this present moment. So, like I said, the only way you can grow is through darkness, through dirt, like just being covered, like not knowing like what's gonna be next, like, but just have faith. Just have faith. That's all you gotta do, Capricorn. This was the second card that came out for y'all. It says water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. Like so, watering your garden and being with the void, that goes together like shit. In order to grow, you need to water your garden, right? It says Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being. Cyclic, you can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest and refuel. So there's two different cards saying you need to rest, Capricorn. Like you already did enough. Put everything else in God's hand and the universe hand. To take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're giving, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. So I feel like a lot of people in here tonight feel like time is running out, but everything happens in divine timing, especially when you're being called to rest and wait and like to be patient. And not just that, but especially when you put the work in. Like if you like it's coming, just be patient. It says this way of living isn't sustainable. And that's like if you just keep pushing on, like tiring yourself out, like that's not sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, fucking up that word heavy, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There is enough time, life will bend towards you when you do. What is your body yearning for? So Capricorn, I feel like you need to rest. Like, so you probably been putting in hella. I'm telling you, I feel like you've been putting in hella work. Cause I resonate with Capricorn like this reading. Like, just as far as me being on YouTube every day, just posting every single day. Like, I be having to take my own breaks for the fear, like not or fear, but I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to my energy to be ran out on YouTube within the first year. So I plan on like just doing this for the next decade or so, like just doing what I'm doing now, like, and not just this, but more and more. But I need to pace myself. So Capricorn, you need to pace yourself by taking that break. Like everything you can do as it's already been done. There's no more like I said, put the rest in God's hand or the universe hand, whatever you believe in, ancestors, spirit guides, whatever. All right, so Aquarius, this one is for you. Do we still got any more Aquarius in here? Aquarius, this says, child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. All right. It says, there is a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it, because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go at it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves to rely on our own strength. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells. To remember that you're a precious child of the loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities that ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. How can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? So, me, just on my journey, just I've always been a fan of like the universe, stars, and all that. Like, as I started to come into the knowledge of self and awareness, I realized everything that goes on outside of the universe goes on within me. Like, so just like it's the we just said, just how like the flowers know when to bloom or the seasons know when to change. Like your soul like knows when it's ready for change or when it's ready for that next level. Like you probably using your conscious mind ignore that a lot. Like so you could second guess yourself. You could not follow your intuition. You could be a person that ignores your intuition a lot. Like, but you're being called to like realize everything comes from within you. Like God, the universe, that's all within you. You back? Hey, we still here too. So, I didn't you say you said Aries or what? I forgot. But we on Pisces right now. So after I do this Pisces, which that's my sign, we're gonna get to Aries. And then like anybody else who trying to do like just right. Oh, Leo. Oh shit, we can do Leo again too. So because I had did Leo already, but like I said, I'm almost at the end, so it really don't matter. What message do we got for the Pisces out there? No problem at all. What message do we got for Pisces? Alright, Pisces. It says loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. This one came out yesterday. Always trying to get me to stop smoking, right? Loosen your grip. But this is for you, Pisces. It says, we actually read this one already. But fuck it. We're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty. The part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear of not staying on its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracles tell us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosen your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may or may not, it may or might stay. But you can be assured that what is for you will find you, and you'll breathe easier knowing that you shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Like, so, if you are a Pisces, like me, we have a problem with trying to escape reality. Like, that could be a coping mechanism, like just smoking weed all the time, or somebody drinking alcohol all the time, just excessively. I wouldn't say I smoke excessively, so I ain't gonna say that. But someone who drinks excessively, eats excessively, you're doing that to fill a void. And the universe is calling you to, like, just, you don't have to, of course, stop eating or even stop drinking, but stop doing it excessively. Stop trying to fill that void that only God can fill or the universe can fill with that. So that was Pisces. We're going to do Aries, and then we're going to do another one for Leo. Or, yeah, did any Aries come in here? Is there any Aries in here right now? It's not. Like, we going to do, we could just skip to Leo right quick, and then I could just do Aries. But if I don't get no comment saying, like, we got an Aries in here, I'm going to just go straight to Leo, so. Fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. Like, let me not, I done skipped Aries twice. Let me just do Aries. Fuck it. This is for Aries, and then we're gonna do another one for Leo. What message do we have for Aries? What message do we have for Aries? Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Alright, it says, for Aries, breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. It says, when we rely on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our own personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and just trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little you will find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you'll find yourself being led. You will begin breathing the breath of life. So, Aries, it may seem like you got some trusting issues. Wait, if there are any Aries, Aries may come later and watch the video. But Aries is a person, or this Aries who may come through, or you might got Aries in your chart. You have trust issues and you feel like you got to do everything on your own. You probably may not even believe in a God or like just the universe like that, but it's saying that the card is saying like you can't do everything on your own. Like you got to have faith in like the spirit. Have faith in spirit. Have faith in source. So when you like micromanaging the universe, then that's when shit take forever, right? That's when things never get done because the universe and God, like, what the fuck you micromanaging me for? Like, it should be the opposite, right? So, Aries, let go of that. Loosen your grip, basically, loosen your control, and allow the universe to do its part. It's gonna get done. Like, just it's like manifestation. Just worry about what you can. How does one's moon sign correlate with their sun sign? So, your moon sign, like that's how you are internally. Like that's your hidden self. You know how you got the people. I mean, when you deal with your family, they see a side of you, right? And then you got outside people who see a side of you, like random strangers, like people you go to school, work with. They see a side of you. That's the rising sign. Like the sign your people, your family see. That's your sun sign, and like your moon sign, that's basically who you are within yourself. Yeah, like layers. So it's all like just different aspects of you, but it's all you technically. But this one is for Leo again. That's because I don't want to mess up your name by pronouncing it wrong. But Renaissantilla, you had said it too the other day. I just Renaissant, right? It's Renaissant Lion. Let's get this card for Leo. And then after this, since I did all the signs, like I just pull random cards for like people who want one personally. All right, so what we got for Leo? It says lost lands. Did I miss the Libra moment? You definitely missed the Libra moment. You was here, or did you leave? Like I did Libra, like right after I did Virgo. Like I said, if y'all miss something, like I still like got an hour or two, like before I'm gone. So I'm gonna pull some more cards. It says soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. This is for you, Leo. It says the world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that they were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared. This card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past, others believe they exist today. In a different dimension, I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who are experiencing them. If this card if this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exists within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. So basically, you need to tap into your past lives, or you have like your subconscious has been like tapping into your past lives, and you kind of been like remembering it like deep within. Like you probably been having weird dreams or some type of shit of a different time period. That's because you was here either during Lemuria, Atlantis, or Avalon. I was here in Atlantis. Like I remember Atlantis more than I remember Lemuria or the other one. But you got some gifts. Lemuria is cold-blooded, lesser known. Yeah, so yeah, I can't too much speak on Lemuria. I do got some Lemuria cards in the house, but like I feel I'm more drawn to Atlantis than I am a Lemuria. So that was for you, Leo. Like you're gonna be tapping into that energy from the past. I resonate with Atlantis. I see. That's because you was there back then. Hold on, yo. I thought I was gonna stop coughing once I stopped smoking, but I see that shit didn't work. So let me light my blunt up. Now when I fucking wanna fucking light my shit, I don't wanna start tripping. Ain't that some shit, right? All right, so you want me to do Libra again since you missed it? Swag in your mouth. Or do anybody in here like just want a personal card for them? So the main takeaway was surrender to the intelligence of exactly like so. Just surrender to like you need to meditate. Also, meditate. Tap into your Akashic records. There's guided meditations on YouTube. That's for things like that to tapping into Atlantis, those type of frequencies. Books like The Convoluted Universe you should check out too by Dolores Cannon. Like so, you definitely gonna learn something. Like once you start tapping into that past energy, like you gonna start like having like nostalgia feeling like me. When I was reading the book The Convoluted Universe and she started tapping into like the Atlantis part, it was like, oh shit, it was like my soul was remembering. It was like I was getting goosebumps because it was like, even though I can't physically like see Atlantis, even though I can't, I don't know, it's crazy, but just tap into your do more research on Atlantis and stuff like that, or watch more videos and shit. Yeah, so like even though I'm reading for like potential, like or not potential, but specific, specific zodiac signs, these cards can resonate with anybody, even if it's not your sign. Off the strength, yep, Convoluted Universe spelled just like that, by Dolores Cannon. So I think it's like four of the Convoluted Universe books, but it's like she got more big books she wrote. Yeah, so I'm about to just start pulling. I'm gonna pull one more for Libra. Libra, I'll say this one is for you, Swag, you know, because I'm like actually pulling it for you because you said you missed it. It says surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. So, it says the great mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being a human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the extinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more widely the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. So, y'all can all like repeat after me when I say this part. It says, I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying on the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. So, yeah, that was that you swag, you know. So, whatever you're going through, high, low, good or bad, it's all to teach you shit. Like I remember, like just because I don't have too many times where I feel like I'm going through something bad, right? But when I do, like I said earlier, like a couple days later, I'll see what the reason was, and it wasn't nothing because like I did. It wasn't no bad karma or nothing. It's things like you have to learn. Earth is hell. Like so, you gonna fucking like experience good and bad. The Earth is definitely much older than we believe prior. Exactly. So Earth is billions of years old. Billions. So I definitely, I'm a Libra moon, so I can resonate with that card too. But I actually like, I ain't gonna say I gave up all control, but I do like put a lot in God's hand. I do put a lot in the universe hand because it's only so much I can do. Yeah, for sure, Mr. Rabbit and company coming through. What's your zodiac sign, Mr. Rabbit? I love reading cards, low key. Like I love like reading tarot and like oracle cards and shit. Cause I always get a message. Like even though I can speak so much, like I don't even need cards to like do readings and stuff. But when I read the cards, I get more of like I learn more from it. Especially when I read the book, like cause I can always give you my meaning of what the cards mean, but when you read the whole paragraph or like both pages, like it goes more into detail. So I'm gonna pull another card for you, Mr. Rabbit, for Virgo. The way that card popped out my hand, for sure, Tony. Bad. Like I said, I ain't coughing because of the weed, but I do got a cough or cold that I'm like trying to heal. I need some vitamin C. So Virgo, It says the 7 star sisters, birthing creation's tapestry of life expression. It says there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to breathe into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to those creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This card is of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when you find yourselves flowing or ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, hold on, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more than ever before. What new creations are you being called to birth? So that was for the Virgo. What are you being called to create? Mr. Rabbit, that was for you. If your intuition or if you've been having ideas of like shit you want to do, like if you want to write a book, it's time to get on that. Like shit, if you want to start a YouTube channel, like it's time to get on that. It's time to start creating, because that's the way we shine our light, is through our creativity. Like kids are the most creative, but once kids get older, start becoming teenagers and shit, they start to go away from that creativeness. They start to try to find ways to make money, and it's not by using their creative talents. So you're being called to like tap into your creativity, and eventually that will bring you your income as well. So you ain't gotta quit everything you doing, but just focus on what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what do you find the most pleasure in doing. Like I used to always ask myself, if I didn't have to worry about money, what job would I do for fun, for the hell of it? So speaking is that. Like I can speak, I can talk all day, I can give game all fucking day, I can read cards, I can like talk about spirituality all day. So to get paid to do this, well, my channel ain't monetized yet, but it's gonna be. Like so, like I'm doing what I like. This is the most creative thing I can do. Even as those weird, most creative in the infancy of the day. So, exactly. So when I try to wake up in the morning, I try to get up and like be more active, like because then the house is quiet too. Um, and shit like yeah, shit flows more freely and more naturally when you first wake up. Especially if you don't like hop on your phone first thing in the morning. Like now, if you checking Facebook, Instagram, and shit soon as you wake up, like you already like messing your creative moment up. Like that's the time when you should try to meditate the most, work out, do yoga, something, uh, in the morning time. So I try to get up early every single day, and I don't work for nobody. I don't gotta go nowhere. I be in the house most of the month, most of the day. Like so, I still try to get up before the sun is up. But if I don't, like I said, I ain't tripping. Who else want a card? Who want a personal reading? Let me know. You want me to pull up just a card for them? It ain't gotta be your zodiac sign. So I done did all 12 already. So to know like I'm gonna probably be doing this like more often now, because I've been reading tarot for like since fucking 2018, 2019. But like now I'm finally getting on YouTube. So I'm like, I should have been doing this. All right. See your message. Hold on. Man, I need to take my sea moss, right? Because I know that helps with like shit, just mucus and shit. Help with not getting sick. But I bought some, right? And that shit was fucking disgusting. I ain't tasted it, but the smell of it was like, what the fuck? People eat this every day, take this every day. And I'm like, I can't do that shit. I mean, I need to force my way into like doing it because it is healthy. But at the same time, like that shit was stinking like a motherfucker. I thought that shit was old or something. I'm like, this ain't gonna work for me. So, Bad Dragon Ink. I got you. What message do we have for Bad Dragon Ink? Bad Dragon Ink. Positive. Shout out to Mr. Everett coming through. Cracked open, rock bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. It says, don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body at the center front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life trials that diamonds are cultivated. What the fuck I said? That diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Like, for me, when I first started my podcast, I was putting all like my trauma, anything that I went through in my life, I was putting that into my podcast so I would talk about it. So that was how I was healing myself. Like, so you're being called to turn your tragedies into treasures. It says, be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in ways we can only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the lights get in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to be more full, for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your heart happen for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. How can you let life crack you open? So yeah, my toughest times in life, I felt like I was at the bottom, but I was technically being like cracked open. Like, so you know how when you put a seed in the ground and you water it, that seed cracks open and then the plant comes out. So it may feel like you in a bad situation. It may feel like things not going your way. It may feel like shit didn't, like, life done took you through the worst, but that was all to build you up. Like, that didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Like, so that was your message, Bad Dragon. I got this Starseed, the Starseed Oracle deck with me. So let me know if that resonated, or if like that, it could have resonated with somebody who didn't who didn't ask for a reading. So it's already been an hour and a half. Like that shit went by pretty quick. Usually when I'm just talking on my own, the shit seems like it's forever, but nah, that shit. So do you just forget about it and not ponder on the mistake to enjoy the present? I mean, you're supposed to learn from the mistakes. Like that's, but you're not supposed to ponder on it. You're not supposed to be like, oh man, fuck, like stay in that energy. Cause we all gonna make mistakes in life. Me, when I fucking make a mistake, I don't even give a fuck. I'll be happy like sometimes when I fuck up some shit, cause I'm like, okay, now I know. Like, and I won't make that same mistake. So the mistakes are like truly like just there to help you, like just to, cause like I said, this is Earth. This you gonna go through some obstacles. You're gonna experience some things that you've never experienced, especially when you reach new levels in life. So just think of the Will Smith situation, right? Will Smith, the lesson that he just, well, I'm gonna just say it. If it was fake, I mean, if it was real, the lesson that he fucking experienced, like, he's gonna be faced with that situation again. Will he make the same mistake? Or did he learn from his mistake? That's the thing. Because everything you go through is fucking tests that God gives you, that Earth gives you. So some people keep repeating the same test and they keep failing because they don't realize they're being tested. So any mistake I make, like shit, I be cool with it. I don't be tripping. Like shit. What's the biggest mistake that I can make? I don't know. Shit. I'm not looking to make mistakes, but he said they cancel him. Who can? Well, Will Smith is not canceled. He don't give a fuck about the Oscars. No way. They wasn't going. They was boycotting the Oscars like years before he went back and won this year. Like so for him to not get invited to the Oscars for 10 years, that shit is probably boring as fuck. Chris Rock said he ain't saying shit till he get a bag. Like so I'm on Chris side on that. Like shit. I wouldn't say shit either till y'all pay me. Who's the highest bidder? Netflix, HBO, Showtime? Shit. Cause that slap, one expensive ass slap, right? You gonna get bank off that shit. And it's gonna seem like Will Smith is losing all these movies and shit. Ain't nobody even know that shit was fucking being made. Like, ain't nobody hear about fucking Bad Boys 4 coming out till this shit and all the other shit. His back was 3 expensive shot. That shit revived me up. Like, I seen a meme on the internet with fucking that Dave Chappelle did the he was acting like Rick James and Charlie Murphy and he slapped the shit out of him. Like what the 5 fingers say to the face and shit. They made fucking Will Smith and Chris Rock into that shit. That shit was funny as fuck, but hey. I see shit as all for entertainment purposes only. So people are still watching his movies. People are still watching the Fresh Prince show. Like I'm telling you, he probably ain't got no movies being made, no new movies being made. But hey, who said he ain't need a break? Cause Will Smith actually been doing a lot of movies in the past like few years. So he probably like fuck it, this is my break. So I don't give a fuck about no movies. They probably already paid him too, like shit, and it's probably in his contract. Hey, whatever happens, I get my cut. So is he really canceled? Probably Hollywood shit, right? But we don't give a fuck about Hollywood. Like shit to the real people, shit, hey, most people like still got Will's back. Like so they gonna watch his shit, they gonna stream his movies. Like I said, I watched King Richard after that shit happened. Like so that's money in his pocket. Be quick to turn on you. Oh yeah, for sure. Will Smith was like America's like token black guy until he slapped another black guy. And white people's like, oh no, you're bad, black old motherfucker. Y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. If y'all did, y'all wouldn't be having that shit in movies all the time. So it's Hollywood. It's still they both actors to me. So I feel like this was all scripted. My mind haven't been changed on that yet. So like I said, the deals they said he lost. How do we know those was like being made in the first place? I don't. Shit. I didn't see that much. I ain't see him on set at all. Said that smack was real though. I don't know. They actors. They actors. I can't tell you if it was real. I seen Michael B. Jordan when he played Creed, and he was preparing to get knocked out. Like that was a real swing that he had took. Like so. I did see his brother Tony Rock like talk about talk about it on stage, but once again, that shit is like ain't got shit to do with us, right? Shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't gonna change nothing that he did in the past. Like none of the movies did. Like hey, they not gonna take those off Netflix, off Amazon or whatever. The movies are still up there. Like so, for him to be canceled, I don't see how. As actors, what are they doing on the daily anyway? He said we got like 10 brothers. Yeah, I say that shit. I'm like, man, okay, y'all ain't gonna do shit though. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Just talk. I ain't even know it was 10 of them motherfuckers. Honestly, I just thought it was Tony Rock and Chris Rock. But that's because I'm not interested in the motherfuckers' lives like that. But shit, Will Smith, he a Libra. Like him and my daughter got the same birthday, September 25th. So I don't know what sign Chris Rock is, but shit, I could pull some cards. Like, I ain't got my tarot cards in here. I only got my Oracle deck, but I could have like tapped into that and see if that shit was real. But I don't be using I don't use my spiritual gifts to tap into celebrity shit. But that do bring people money on fucking YouTube. Now that I think about it, I might do have to like start tapping into celebrity drama and shit with my tarot cards and shit. Low key. Fuck it, get paid off this shit. That's why I'm adding like tarot card videos to my channel, because that's gonna help me like monetize quicker, get monetized way quicker, because people watch the whole they watch their horoscope videos, like so. I just got to make sure I'm doing it every day enough to where people see my tarot card videos as well, because they see the shorts. Like I have no problem with like getting views off my shorts, but the fucking like mid-sized videos, anything a minute plus, like that shit is like so hard to get a motherfucker to watch your shit. What sign are you? You believe that? I'm a Pisces, and do I believe what? Cause I be forgetting what I said. But yeah, I'm a Pisces. But I'm waiting on that answer. Do I believe something? Mr. Rabbit, you out here? Do I believe in Zodiac? Come on, man. Really? Here's where people get it messed up, the Zodiac thing. They say, how is it that it's only 12 Zodiac signs, but there's millions of people, right? But like I said, that's because you're only thinking of your sun sign. You're only thinking of the sign you know. Like you're not thinking of the whole birth chart. I'm 100% sure, 1,000% sure. If you know the time of birth the time of your birth, and you go on and search astrology birth chart, you put that information in, where you was born, your full name, the time of birth. It will give you your whole life. It will break down your whole life from love, finances, career, like obstacles in life. I'm telling you, like, so yeah, zodiacs are real. Like, that shit is real, 100% sure. Like I said, most people just think of the one sign, but they don't never consider like the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mercury, Pluto, like first house, second house, third house, like up in the 12th house. Like, so I know it to be true because I've been studying it my whole life. Like, my shit has, I literally follow my birth chart, my astrology, to like be successful basically. So I'm a Pisces, so off the back I'm more spiritual. I believe in this shit. So said your internet tripping. I'm just happy my shit ain't tripping. My shit usually the one that's tripping. But would every reading work for you, or will every reading resonate for you? Nah, you said you're a freak, huh? Yeah, I'm weird as fuck. I know that. That's why I'm more successful than half the motherfuckers that I know. Because they are normal. They do what everybody else do, and they try to fit in, and their life fucking sucks. They're miserable. So for me to believe in what I believe in and to be happy about like my life, I'm cool with motherfucking calling me weird or some shit like that. Cause shit, I always been like that. I always been considered this. Like, but as you can see, like shit, I done built my shit up off of it. Got almost 30K subscribers. Got over 10,000 downloads on my podcast. Had up to like 27,000 Instagram followers before that got hacked. Like, so I may be like different. I may be like not the average, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be fucking normal. I don't want to think like everybody else. I don't want to have everybody else's beliefs. The fuck for? I'm not like that. I'm not like y'all. Like, so it's a reason why people watch me and I'm not watching people. So for you, Mr. Evers, I'll say this. You are probably the freak. I do believe there are some people who try to emulate their zodiac sign and they're open-minded people like yourself to knowledge. Like, see, me, I'm not gonna say I try to emulate just being a Pisces overall because I connect more with Libra, like my Libra moon. So I'm more balanced overall. I'm more like level thinking, more like more grounded than like my Pisces sometimes. Like, so that's why I say you have to know your full birth chart. You can't just look and say, "Oh, I was born on this date. This is my sign." That's not gonna always resonate with you, especially when you evolve. Like when you start to grow, you're not gonna just be known as that whatever your sign is. You won't be just known as that. When people see you, they won't know your sign. They'll think you're something else. Most people think I'm either a Leo or a Capricorn. I don't even have Leo in my chart like that, but I do got a lot of Capricorn. But I'm a Pisces, so you're not skilled through it. Oh yeah, I study my shit though. Like some people just skim through some shit, but like I said, I've always been interested in the stars and astrology. Like I always felt like I've been here before, so for something to guide me on my life, like that's fucking astrology is important. I could do Aquarius again. I turn out Libra with Cancer moon. So so for you to know, like just learn more. YouTube has it all, has all the information you need. Like so you can type in Cancer moon, and like they got readings for that. They got people who explain exactly what Cancer moon qualities are. Like so, all you got to do is just do your research. But Talon Washington, let me do pull a card for Aquarius. But you are already late. I'm actually not about to do this for Aquarius. I'm about to do this for you. Like, But you did come to the live and sing and said all zodiac signs. But I already did all the zodiac signs. So I'm going to do a card for you, Talon. And if I fuck up and pronounce your name wrong, don't. That's not going to fuck up the cards. So I just got a bad habit of fucking up people's names. Especially when I don't hear them say it, I just got to read it. Says star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Says the stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystal grid line of the Earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many star seeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all that information is stored in the crystal grid line. So, Talon, you are a star seed. I don't know if you ever heard of the term star seed, indigo child, but you're one of those people where your soul spirit doesn't come from Earth. You just come down here for a mission. So, I hope you are living out your mission. Says if you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars in the crystal grid line of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on Earth to unlock these cosmic codes within your presence. You may also be interested in a practice called star bathing. They want you to download some shit, but star bathing, all you gotta do is basically go outside, stare at the stars, and meditate on the stars. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of the Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that your light body, the energy body in the highest form, is being activated. If this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change of vibration. Says, I open myself up to receiving the wisdom of the crystalline grid beneath me. May the stars and the earth inform and heal me. And as they do, may it heal the earth too. Like so. Yeah, that was for you, Talent. You are a star seed. You're being called to travel. Me, I'm supposed to go to New Orleans a minute ago. Still haven't traveled there, but I will eventually, because I know my spirit has been being called there. Hawaii is one of those places. Egypt is another place that I've been being called to. Shit, all like the seventh wonders of the world. Like I've been like, so I've got a lot of traveling on my list. So did that resonate, or are you still here? Got 26 likes tonight. I really appreciate y'all. So I know I need to be doing more readings. Like I said, this is probably gonna be a nightly thing where I just be pulling cards now. Because that's what I supposed to been doing this like years ago. I just been procrastinating on that. But when I had that conversation with my little brother, he was like, hey, you need to add that to your channel. And I'm like, you're right. I don't know. That's why I've been posting. If you see me posting like zodiac sign readings lately, that's because like that's what we headed. That's what this channel is headed. That's not the whole channel is gonna be about that, but like just part of it. I'm leaving more, learning more each time. Subjects I thought I knew I have come up. Hey, and that's what we supposed to come here to do. Like, learn. Not just you, but me too. Like, shit, I be trying to learn shit too. That's why I read a lot. That's why I could play a lot of books. Like, so the goal is to fucking die with a bunch of knowledge to where I don't gotta reincarnate again. Like, I do everything that I need to do on this planet. This last time. This is my last time. So I'm not reincarnating again. Ever. So my whole thing is just to do this shit as big as I possibly can. Bring the books to the video. Yeah, that's true. Like, cause I don't know too many people who like was do like the whole book things on YouTube. I know they got audio books, but like I don't know too many channels that's like that does that. Like that's wanting to bring information. Most people trying to sell you something. Like me, I could easily sell readings because I sell them on Facebook. I get paid to like do this shit. But I'm like, I'm gonna reap the benefits later because once I like, just give me probably 30 days of like just doing readings on YouTube every single day and just watch how much money I make. Like, just after that, because people are like, oh shit, yeah, he really the truth. Like, so people know I'm the truth off the strength of me just speaking. But when I add this, channel alone will attract people. Exactly. So when I was looking at, I got multiple channels, and like I was looking at the videos I had posted from a different channel, and I'm like, oh shit, positive. When I seen the horoscope, my horoscope video, I'm like, it go together. Like positive minds only. Really, everything I post is like it goes to what I post. It's just the individual I am. Like positive minds only is basically the brand version of me. So I'm interested in books. I'm interested in Nipsey Hussle. I'm interested in business, finances. I'm interested in tarot. Like these are all things that I'm interested in. So I can't truly just go down one lane, post one type of videos on YouTube when I'm like a collage of a bunch of shit, like shit of knowledge and information. So that's why I said positive minds only is like a mall, a YouTube mall where you can go and like get any type of whatever you're looking for, books, readings, like horoscope shit, like fucking entertainment. Like I posted all comedy shit. So whatever I'm into, that's what you're gonna see me start to post more. So right now it's gonna be like just the readings, what I'm like focused on more. So I know people love that shit already. So we got 26 likes tonight, and it's a weekend. So usually I probably get like there's a number amount of likes probably on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but on the weekends it's usually low. But hey, I'm happy with what we got today. But I know a lot of people don't believe in like horoscopes and zodiac signs like that, but they don't believe in like fucking past lives and shit like that. But they'll still talk about the shit. So probably get people who like, what the fuck? Positive minds only. This don't. I don't know. They probably think negative. They probably even unsubscribe because it ain't what they expect. Or I don't. But I'm not doing shit to impress nobody. I'm not doing shit to like. All I'm doing this shit is like to expand my brain, get paid off this shit. I don't believe ever. Exactly. So I talk about conspiracies. Like, the people love that more. Like I realize that. Like out of all this shit I've been posting, like I get more views on my lives off like the conspiracy theory stuff. Like so, when I was doing the books, I wasn't really getting that many people in the lives, like because more all type of people not into books like that. But when I put conspiracy theory in the fucking title, like motherfuckers is gonna pop up and be mad if I don't talk about a conspiracy. But it's cool. It's whatever. Shit. I realize shit. When you start getting like millions of views and like thousands of views, it's gonna come with a lot of comments and it's gonna come with a lot of hate. Like literally, it comes with a lot of fucking hate. And And not just hate. I can't say it's hate, that word, because that's kind of too powerful. But it comes with a lot of people who are negative, like just want to say some negative shit to get like a like or whatever, just to get seen. So I'm like, even though my channel says positive minds only, some videos seem like it got more negative comments than they got the positive ones. So I'm like, what the fuck? But hey, that's what's gonna happen when there's millions of people watching a channel. Like, it's literally like millions of people watch my channel. Like, most people just watch the shorts, but then you got the people who fuck with me that comes to my lives. Like, so I'm like, shit, it ain't millions of people that got to the live yet, but if you got millions of people seeing positive minds only, like, over years of time, that shit gonna be implanted in their fucking brain. Positive minds only. That's an affirmation. Like, I created to tell myself always, can I think positive? Don't let no negative thoughts come in. Like, so positive minds only has been my affirmation, my business, and my brand since like 2018. So it's me. Positive minds only is me, but without the face. It's like how the marathon continues, that's Nipsey, but it's like that's the brand, but it's still Nipsey. I'm like, shit. Every time I hear the marathon continues, I'm gonna always think of Nipsey. I'll never see the marathon continues, and it probably ain't even got nothing to do with Nipsey. It probably got actually fucking somebody running a marathon and actually, nah, the marathon continues. That's all Nipsey. I don't even care. Like, it could be a bunch of motherfuckers running a marathon. If I see victory lap, I'm gonna think of Nipsey. Like, shit. So I'm trying to create something that lives forever, even when I'm gone. Like, it has something. It stands for something positive. So, man, what I've been talking about ain't got nothing to do with no readings. But anybody else want me to pull a card for them though, before I smoke this blunt and go back in the house? But like I said, it was pretty cool tonight, calm tonight. I finally turned my car on while I was in the car, so it wasn't no hot box action tonight because I got the AC on. But it's getting fucking hot out here. It's 86 degrees right now and it's only 8:38. So I ain't about to be sitting in no fucking hard ass car trying to fucking hot box this bitch, y'all. Suffocating this motherfucker. But anybody want me to pull a card for them? It ain't gotta be based off your zodiac. I ain't charging nobody tonight. I do take donations though, but I forgot to add that to the comments. But it's cool. Like I said, I'm not doing this tonight for money. I'm doing this to build like up my brand, to let people know like, okay, he do that too. Like, he don't just read books. He don't just post shit in the community, like inspirational shit in the community. I post all type of shit. Like I said, whatever is interesting to me, I'm gonna post that shit. Marvin Cage, hey, what's up? That name, cartoon. That name looks familiar. You want to read him though? I assume that's why you commented it. Where you from? Is that the Jamaican flag, or is it like, I'm not too 100% sure on my flags. Or is that an African flag? It was fucked up. I only know the United States flag. I know fucking Indiana state flag. I know California's flag. But I don't think I know like shit other people's flag. I don't even think I know Las Vegas like Nevada flag. Like, what the fuck is the flag of Nevada? Can't even think of that shit. But when I went back home to Indiana, they had the flags everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? African as an okay, for sure. I really couldn't tell. The words of Fat Man School. What's your zodiac sign? Yeah, what's your zodiac sign? Uh, Marvin Cage. So far, like tonight, we had more Leos in here. Then I think it was Libras was next. Then we had 2 Capricorns. I'm 100% sure those Leos was like It was more Leos in here tonight, though. That's interesting, though. Like, because I didn't think I would, I thought it would probably be more, uh, I don't know, I didn't know who it would be more of. You a Virgo? All right, let me pull for Virgo right quick. It's a couple Virgos in here, too. Yeah, analyze the numbers, we'll probably find that. Which numbers is we talking about, though? All right, this one for you, Marvin. It says Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, surrender to the sweetness. So, off the back, I can see you need to tap into that divine feminine energy. All right, here we go. It says, this is essential, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylons connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. This connection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is warning you back to the pleasures of being human, to focus on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? Huh? All work, no play, huh, Marvin? It's time to take a break. Time to relax and rest with your family. Straight out of Compton. I fuck with Compton too. You ain't interrupt because I was reading. I ain't even see it. If you if you go into like sacred geometry with Zodiac sign, like it'll line up. I'm 100% sure with off the strength that you got fuck numerology. Numerology lines up with astrology, and that's numbers. So if you add up your birthday, see my birthday is March 14th, 1990. That equals out to a 9, simplified to a 9. That's my life path number. So it sounds like they're right on the button. I got to stop working. I'm 60. Oh, yes. Yes. So that message was for you. I'm 32, and I said, I'm done working. I'm done with a job. Like, well, now I work for myself, so technically I'm still working, but like, fuck that shit. You need a break. Question. 64, you said? Not to get in your business or nothing, but as a 64-year-old, Marvin, what would you say like is your biggest regret up until this point? Like, do you like feel like you missed out on something like you should have did? Like, do you have any regrets at this age, or is you happy with it? Like, is you cool? Cause you could be a multi-millionaire, like, and like, fuck this shit. I love to work. Like, so, like, hey, who we talking to? What's up, Marvin? Let me know. I'm just trying. I hope I get to that age. Shit, like I said, I'm what 32. Like, so I'm double my age. I'm over here like saying fuck a job. I ain't even worked that long to be fucking saying that shit. The original man pattern was. See, you trying to teach tonight, swag in your mouth. See, I think I told you like the reading for you said you need to be on your. You need to get on your own platform. Not to say not to say stop doing this. I'm saying you need to get your own platform on YouTube where you on live and you are discussing sacred geometry. You are discussing things like this because I don't got that information on that like that. I tapped into it, but not that much. I don't keep my head down in school. But you gotta think though, like school wasn't teaching us to be all we can be. Even like shit, when I like fucking graduated, I graduated in 2008. Like they wasn't teaching us like to be all we can be, to be our best selves. As a matter of fact, they was teaching us how to work and then retire once we got to like 65. So like it ain't on the school like shit. Like fuck that shit. School ain't teach me shit like at all. So did you chase your dreams though, Marvin? That's what I want to know. Did you chase your dreams? Not just might swag your mouth. You supposed to do that. Like you supposed to have like be on YouTube discussing these things. Yes, it's gonna probably be people who like say, "Oh, that's stupid. That don't make no sense." But then you're gonna people like, "Man, I've been waiting on this." Like so. I'm all for like just like being a creative, like teaching. We all are teachers. We all are students. So I feel like we should all have our own platform where, because I feel like we all like are professionals at something. Like we all are expert at something. Like so you need to be teaching what you're expert in. Like that's why I said I can't talk too much about sacred geometry and things like that because my knowledge on that is very limited. Yes, I kind of tapped into it, but it wasn't on the level to where I can explain it. But that's why I can't wait to like YouTube add like multiple people to the live. I need to pay for that Zoom shit so I can have more people in my live and I can stream to YouTube at the same time. I had one job in my life. I learned how to shoot people. Must be. My seat, it low key it is cozy as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. I could sit here like and like not being pain. I'm a driver too, so I love to drive. So like this motherfucker. Now that I done smoked a couple blunts, hell yeah, it's comfortable. You learn how prejudiced people are. Like teach music lessons. That's my main just learn a proper channel. It ain't even gotta be no proper channel. Just start whatever. Like you see Positive Minds only got fucking talk books, fucking tarot, all type of shit. Like, hey, be a mall. Well, as long as you work for yourself, that's all that fucking matters. Like shit, if you successful at working for yourself, hey, that's why I see you still working because you. Yeah, but swag in your mouth, you gotta get on that teaching shit. I'm telling you, it's a lane for you. It's a lane for everybody in here. Like shit, even Marvin. Like shit. If you've been working for yourself, like for a minute, like all for some decades, then you could fucking teach, get on fucking live and talk about that. Don't ever think to your head, don't nobody would have hit me. I ain't got no expert in nothing. Like, man, nah, fuck that shit. You are. Just gotta find your soul tribe. You gotta just gotta find your people. So it comes with science with that, like especially with building a YouTube fucking channel. It's like that shit is really an algorithm you gotta fucking follow and shit. Like so. But here's the algorithm with YouTube, right? So if you wanna get fucking subscribers and views, you gotta post shorts constantly every single day. Don't just post you. Post what you're interested in. If you love cooking, post cooking shorts. If you love Nipsey Hussle, post Nipsey Hussle interview shorts. If you love Fat Joe, whoever the fuck you like, Beyonce, post their shorts, and those are the fans you're gonna get. Those are the subscribers you're gonna get. Then get on live. Then like start like trying to transition those people who are on your shorts to the live, because shorts is not gonna get you monetized. Shorts will only get you views and subscribers. So like if you trying to get monetized, you got to get on live, or you got to get people to watch your longer videos. So I know people who got like like millions of subscribers and hundreds of millions of views from shorts, but they ain't got paid yet. So how hard the word should be spoken. For sure, Curtis. Said pursuing the sequence maximize potential. Uh, Explain that. Go into detail what you mean on that though. Definitely shout out to Curtis, always coming through with the love. But this is like my purpose. Like shit, this is my purpose. I was supposed to been like getting on live every day, but I was trying to avoid that shit. So that is your message. See, like I love how people can reciprocate what I said and like give it back to me. I had a mentor like that. Like who would do that? He was a psychologist too. I need to call him. Like literally, I need to call Larry. He helped me like speak. He wasn't my mentor as like far as like success and like mindset wise. Like he was just like I had joined this program through the military. It was like you said I gave Ali specific advice. Oh shit, I was just speaking. I didn't even realize how specific it was. I was just talking. But I had this mentor like for a year. It was a yearly mentor through the military, and like he works in is it Nebraska? I think it's Nebraska, Omaha, somewhere around there. But he's the anchor man out there, and he's been doing it for like 30 years, I think. So he's on TV every single day. He's kind of famous. Yeah, people who tattoo his face, like got his face tattooed on him, right? So like I would talk to him, like I tried to talk to him like at least once or twice a month, and he would always, when I would speak and talk to him, everything that was on my mind, like it would be like what I'm talking about now. And this is a 60-year-old, 60 plus white guy, like who has, we come from totally different backgrounds, but he's like open minded. Like he's successful, like, and he was a psychologist. So he was always able to like, when I would say stuff, he would give it back to me in a way. I'm like, yes, you're listening. Like finally somebody who gets it. So when y'all do things like take what I said and like you get your own like meaning from it and like it resonates, like I'd be like happy with that shit. So, told you, fam show with Nick King. For sure. So I definitely just know like just to come on here every single day because that's how I'm gonna reach y'all. Face tap from the A. Damn. Did he not expect that he was gonna get out? Or like he said, fuck it. I got an ex best friend that's in prison right now, like serving out 8 years. Literally. So he might come out that motherfucker with a fucking face tat. Shit. Wouldn't be surprised. See, my ex-best friend, I met him in like what, kindergarten. And so shit, we was lived down the street from each other, so we was best friends off the strength. We grew up in the same environment, went to the same school. If I had the choice, like overall, like he wouldn't have been my best friend, like because I was a total different individual. Like that's a lot of times. Like my grandma growing up, my Gigi will always say, "Kenneth, you don't got no friends. Those are all associates." And I learned that lesson as I got older because they all did some fuck shit, and I realized they wasn't my friends. They was only there because we grew up in the same neighborhood, we played the same video games, and we went to the same school from elementary to high school. So, of course, so yeah, now I don't claim to have friends at all. But I do got family. I got a soul tribe. Like I do got people who like I resonate with that I truly love, and it ain't even like blood family. It ain't. It's yeah, my kids like that's my family. But I was talking to this with my brother the other day. He was like, ain't it different like when you have your own family? Like yeah, you got the family you was born into, but that don't really feel like family no more once you grow up and like you become yourself. Because half the time you gotta cut off half those people because they not meant for you on your journey. They not meant to help you. So they meant to be left where they at. So you gotta find your own family when you on this journey through life. Like so, I'm like, yeah, like I understand completely what he was talking about because I'm like, man, my family is the ones I created, my children, my wife, and like the ones like I choose to be family. But that's a small circle. Well, technically, my kids ain't no small circle. It's 7 of them motherfuckers. It's a goddamn basketball team. Motherfucking 3 of them probably gonna be. Well, my son is already taller than me. He's 12. He'll be 13 next week. My daughter, she'll be fucking 11 next week as well, and she'll be taller. I think she probably already taller than me. Like then my 4-year-old daughter, she's not taller than me yet, but as she get like around 10, 11, she gonna be taller than me as well. Like so, yeah, my kids is taller than me. Can't help this shit. I'm only 5'7". Like shit. My wife, she what 5'9", 5'10". Like sorry, and her dad is like 6'8", I think. Like so, they gonna be tall off the strength. Like her family is tall as fuck. Then my son, like his mom's side of the family, like they all tall as fuck. Like her brother's like 6 feet plus. So I'm like, man, you motherfuckers. Like how I missed the height? How that shit skip over me? My older brother's like 6 feet. Like so how did I get the short end of the fucking stick? But I'm like, God just knew like what he was doing. Like why you make me tall? Cause I'd have been, ooh. Crush between. Damn. Is that when you said fuck being friends with him? Like he did. That's I know that shit was painful. 5'11". You ain't have to come in there and say you was that tall. Ain't nobody ask you. But yeah, I don't mind like that's how the first one of the first things I said. I'm like, man, if they made some things to just make me taller, I would holler at you. I DM'd her that and she was like, oh, you don't have to be tall. I'm like, wait, what? Who? She still put me in the friend zone right after she said that shit though. So I'm like, fuck it. Play by position like a shortstop. And Souls fam, like, hey, that still wouldn't like boost me up to 5'11". Shit, she don't even wear heels, and she still towers over me. Like so, my son, like I said, he's 5'8" and he's 12. So shit, by the time he 18, like he gonna be way too like. And luckily, my kids, like, I'm not assholes to my kids, so my oldest son would never try to fight me. Cause if he would, I like, man, come on, I was a Marine. matter how tall you is, bro. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Oh, but I don't bring that energy with my kids though. He don't even want to play basketball. He don't even want to be on a basketball team. Like, I'm like, bro, you fucking 5'8" in 7th grade. Well, they don't got a team at his school, so of course, right? You can't play on the team. But like when he was in elementary and he was on the team, they didn't start him, and he knows he's like one of the best. So he ain't want to work his ass off and like evolve like and then become a starter on the team. He like, fuck this shit. If I ain't starting, I don't want to play. Like, so me, I didn't even make the team. So I'm like, bro, you on the team. Do you know how many people are just wanting to be in your spot, to be in your position? Do stand up one day, bro. I might tap into some stand up. Honestly, I thought about it a long time ago. Even when I first started my YouTube, I was trying to do this. I had a thing where I called it comedy in the crib. Like, so I was just talking like this. You said you feel like I done stand up. I've never done stand up in my life. Never got up on the stage and talked in my life in front of people. Like, literally, the most I've done is like got on live, like, and talked to people. Like, so I've never got in front of a crowd and like, I don't know, I'll probably be shitting bricks in front of that shit, like, cause it's different, like being in the front of a group of motherfuckers. You don't know what they gonna laugh on, cause I don't be trying to, like, I don't be thinking I'm funny. I don't be thinking like I'm saying anything funny. I just be talking like, and this is just how I explain the shit. So I don't know like how a crowd will react if I go on there like trying to be funny. I mean, probably, I don't know, because like, would I try to be funny like going on stage, or would I just be me? Yeah, I should start to, yeah, I know I'm gonna figure it out. I want to do like open stand up mic too. Like, so, it's on like the bucket list, my bucket list to like try that shit too. But if that shit just take off from that shit, low key, if I try stand up comedy and like I get like a good response, like I'll probably like do that shit like full time. Probably not full time, but I'll probably do it. Like if I can get paid off of it, like, cause I always low key, I'm like, man, I could be a comedian. Like, I just never tried that shit. So I might do it though, yeah, like low key. Like y'all kind of like hyping me up to like, man, don't hype me up and I go to this bitch and like I get booed off the fucking stage, because I'm gonna cuss y'all motherfucking ass out if that happen. But nope, let me stop trying to manifest those type of scenarios. That's what happened. That's exactly what happens when you say you want to do something and the first thing that pop in your head is a negative, some negative. What if they boo me off the stage? Come on, man, stop thinking that negative shit, bro. Like, shit, how come motherfuckers won't celebrate? Like, shit, come on. Hey, you gotta think positive, right? They say getting booed is a learning. True, 100%. Facts, facts, 100% sure. Like, so I'm definitely gonna try it, like, cause I don't mind like trying the shit. Hey, thank you for mentioning that, Swaggy. About, I seen the video, a short today that I wish I had a posted, and he was talking about when he was in Detroit and it was booing him, and he was like, I'm sorry, uh, but y'all ain't get y'all motherfucking money back. Like, cause they was asking for refunds and shit. He said, hey, I'm like Evil Knievel, I get paid for trying. Like, shit, if I land the shit, then hey, by all means, you got your money's worth. But shit, if I fuck up, hey, you already paid. You ain't getting your money back from this shit. But now that I think about it, now that we had this conversation, somebody don't, somebody don't want me to try stand-up comedy. Somebody would hate, like, man, this motherfucker really stepping out of his comfort zone. But now that we had this conversation, I am going to try stand-up. I'm going to do an open night, but I'm not going to try to be funny. I'm going to just be myself. Like, so, like, they usually do it. I know hella stories from my past that I just know they was fucking hilarious from my perspective. Like the time, like, bruh, this is how I know, like, I wasn't supposed to be raised by my mom and my dad. Because my mom was a criminal, my dad was criminals. I ain't gonna call them criminals, but they was doing illegal shit, right? My mom was stealing and shit a lot. So as a little kid, I started stealing shit. Like, I became a kleptomaniac. I would always, like, whatever I wanted, I was like, I got it. Like, so I got caught a few times. One day I was in Myers, right? This is when Pokemon cards was hot, around age 10. And like, I'm trying to steal the cards, and my fucking older sister Shannon like wants me to steal some shit for her too. So I'm like, fuck no, I'm not stealing for you. You better steal for yourself. Like, so we get to the fucking checkout side. We about to leave. My sister gonna say, Grandma, check Kenneth's fucking jacket. Soon she said that, and I opened my jacket. The motherfucking Pokemon cards started falling out. I got probably the worst ass whooping. Nope, I didn't get the worst ass whooping. But this is when I stopped stealing. This is when I realized if I had like went down that path, I would have kept getting caught. So one day my Gigi is asleep. My Gigi used to keep a purse with this envelope that had full of hundreds in it. Like, she never would spend it, never would splurge, nothing. But I just always like seen it in her purse and shit. So like, I would get lucky sometimes with stealing her money. But this one time, the last time I tried to steal from her, right? She was sleeping in her bed. This is, I say, it's a weekend, right? And it's probably Saturday because church, we would have been in church on Sunday. So it's a Saturday. She's asleep. The sun is up, but she usually don't get out of her bed till around like 11 or 12. Me, I was always the first kid that got up every morning. So something tells me, hey, go to Gigi's purse. So I sneak in her room. I go to her closet where her purse was. I always knew where it was at. I get under the bed, like, and I'm like rummaging through her purse, like, and making a bunch of noise. Like, so she wakes up. Not like try to play it off, try to be quiet, act like nothing going on. Like, and she gets out the bed, goes out the room, comes back. Then she gets on her knees. My Gigi was like around, if this is 2000, like she died at the age of like 80 or something in 2015. So she's 70 years old. So the 70-year-old woman gets on her knees with her cane. She sees me and starts poking the fuck out of me with her cane and saying, Kenneth, get your fucking ass from under my bed. And she's screaming, calling my grandmother named Dixie. And that's when I realized I couldn't be a thief. But like I said, if I was raised by my mom and my fucking dad, who was always in jail going back and forth, like, I'd have been like a serial fucking kleptomaniac. I'd have been like fucking, what's the fucking show on Netflix? Lupin. Like how that motherfucker's a master thief. I'd have been that guy because I was always stealing shit. Like off the strength, I wanted, like, whatever I wanted, I had to get it. And my grandma and Gigi, they wasn't paying for the shit that I wanted. So I'm like, shit, if y'all ain't gonna pay for it, and I know y'all got the money. Like, here's the thing, like, I know they had the money. Thank you for coming through, Curtis. I'm probably gonna end this live pretty soon too myself. But they I knew they had the money, they just wasn't buying the things I wanted. So I resorted to like stealing the shit. So yeah, that's when I realized I couldn't be a criminal. Like at the age of 10, when my grandma or my Gigi caught me under her bed trying to steal her money. Like, so if I'm gonna do some stand-up comedy, I'm probably gonna tell that story. Like, it's some more other type of like just some hilarious stories that I can just remember. But yeah, like, y'all done motivated me to fucking try stand-up comedy. I'm about to, after I get off here, I'm gonna research when is the next open mic for comedy. And I'm gonna tell my story, man. If I get a applause, if I get a good thing, I'm gonna come back and tell y'all. If I don't, Still gonna tell y'all, but that's just gonna be part of the, like whatever. That's gonna be just the next part of my story. Like shit. Like hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We got 28 likes tonight, so that means y'all really fuck with this type of live. Like even though some people was like kind of skeptics on zodiacs and shit readings, but hey, as you could see, like most of the things that I said, people resonated with it. And sometimes I don't know who didn't resonate. Ain't nobody say they didn't resonate with anything I said. So I'm gonna take that as a sign, like everybody did. So thank you guys for tuning in, and those who stayed to the end, I definitely really appreciate you, like, cause we was here over 2 hours tonight. So thank you. We're gonna be back again tomorrow. See you then. Peace. We out.